At the operator selections is going to be sno0ken on attack and Supremacy on defense.
I am really looking forward to this match for one specific reason. It's going to be fast. So what we just saw from Ents and Mysterious Monkeys was, yeah, you could argue, it was a pretty speedy match. Well, of course, it was a 10-1, right? But in terms of the actual gameplay, it wasn't as fast as I was expecting it to be. And with these two teams, from their history, not from what they've told us they are going to expect themselves to be now, but from their history, they've been very quick teams. Supremacy talked about a little bit of reformation, especially in the prep phase. And Playing Ducks, I know having, sno0s, I know having actually talked to them. Okay, well, that is an interesting mix-up for Supremacy just to start us off. But yeah, anyway, sno0s, I know from actually having talked to them. They tried to slow themselves down a little bit, actually go more strategic. But I still expect it to be very fast-paced because the players, the individuals in this match are, well, fast-paced players.
Now here's a little odd. I want to see if we're going to see Supremacy hold into this lobby where Bibu is. He was just reinforcing on the other side of the wall. That is the lobby that we were describing earlier with regards to having a dual crossfire onto that south entry point.
Yeah, it's possible. I mean, usually you'll have people in the south entry or the south lobby play in the sandwich, the little sandwich bit that is adjacent to the door, or parallel to the door, excuse me. And that will give you can see Bibu doing it right now, I think. And then, yeah, right here, this is the little sandwich point. This gives you a good position to hold it, and honestly, South Lobby is very important to deny the attackers, and the position is extremely important. You even see Spark above it, because there is, of course, that drop down, and Spark's going to try and deny the drop down for as long as he possibly can.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Lackey's already here. He's ready to push in. Looks as though the Ella mine is going to go out. That will automatically trigger as soon as Lackey gets in. Now, what we're likely to see have happen here is he's going to wait for this mine to go off. Spark is then going to wait and then push on up. There goes the flashbang. Trickles on out. Bibu actually picks up the kill from underneath, and Spark gets it through the couch. What a wonderful start to this series here with Supremacy picking it off 2 kills early on.
Absolutely love that angle play between Bibu and Sparks.
Now, you have to understand that that was not a pre-made hole. That hole was made by Ash trying to blow open the door. So
yep.
Bibu took advantage of the hole that sno0ken, or that
secretly
Supremacy made. Oh, secretly finds and picks off the kill, gets rid of the cam.
That was an excellent play. Yeah, excellent play by Secretly, really reading into that, knowing that Spark's likely to sit in his corner as long as he can, because his job is to hold the angle. And that, in turn, is going to force Bibu underneath to get a little bit more passive inside of the southmost lobby.
All right, so that south lobby is now a no-go for any members from sno0ken knows. And we're going to see mostly looking like it's going to be a red bar push, maybe from above. They are opening up some of the floor, trying to get out the angle so that they can then push the defenders back into B-bar, out into the kitchen.
The thing about this is now that sno0s has control over the top floor, they can really emphasize this vertical play, and I think the entire floor is destructible, so it's going to force a lot of Supremacy to push out of the bomb site and get picked off by players like sno0ken waiting for that rotation.
There it is. sno0ken does pick up Rafael as he's got to skedaddle away from the Buck, who's opening up the floor above. Renewals finally opens up the rest of that wall. Spots Olems, goes for the shots, misses his target.
Oh,
Who's
Renewals
back up
knows,
the cold
dude.
vibe stairs.
Renewals knows.
Oh, and there it is. Now, even though he has been Ella-mined, sno0ken will pick up 1 kill, secretly gets the other. It's now a 1-on-3, and Renewals will sweep it on up. sno0ken knows winning this round with authority. It's 1-0 at the moment.
Excellent attack there from sno0s. Really did not expect it to be as dominant as it was, especially after losing the first 2 players of the round as they were pushing into that southmost side of the map.
Now we are going to see this kitchen service entries, this kitchen delivery for the first bomb site of sno0ken knows. Again, typically we are used to seeing the penthouse and theater, but these teams are showing us a different meta, a different side of this map.
Yeah, a little bit of a surprise, but honestly, the fact that Coastline made it into this match is also in and of itself a surprise. So, I mean, you can't really critique them. You just gotta watch and learn, guys. Watch and learn. Yeah, on that last round, I'm sorry, I forgot to elaborate. On that last round, basically what happened, sno0s, they got that vertical control, and from there it was pretty much over. Once you have the vertical control on that bomb site, it's really easy to establish complete dominance. And you could say that to an extent also with this bomb site, but less so.
Yeah, the delivery entrance point, which is going to be that B bomb site, is actually, the roof of it is covered by the red hall outside of VIP, so that is not destructible. But inside of the penthouse, looking down into bathroom is.
Yeah, so as well VIP too. So as you could tell, because the defenders are opening up those holes right next to the window. So here's the thing. The one reason why most teams, or a lot of teams, will play a bomb site from outside of the bomb site itself, simply opening up the walls and the floor, is because they're worried about losing control of either A, the walls, or B, the floor. And it's better to forfeit that control and play safe and for a retake instead, more often than not. Not sure exactly how it is that sno0ken set themselves up in this round, but we'll see later into the round.
Yeah, and this drone hole is a very important hole that we typically will see some attackers grab some kills onto the defenders. It's very rare that you'll actually see a defender challenge that drone hole.
Yeah, it's just too much of a risk because the attackers only have to aim at one specific spot because the way that defenders can challenge it is only for one specific spot, whereas the attackers themselves can maneuver on that drone hole quite a bit. You can see that we do have quite a lot of roaming from sno0ken. They don't want to forfeit any corner of the map, it seems, as they are very spread out. They even have a mute to try and deny some of the drone coverage. But they're spread out from 3 different points of this top floor.
Now this is good. Supremacy has already maintained or gotten control of VIP, basically above the entire bomb site. The only member who's currently in a position to basically stop this is going to be Meepy. He's going to be top floor inside of the theater.
It's interesting to me that the 2 3-armors on the defensive side are both roaming. And as Supremacy moves their way into this red hallway, they're going to be challenging Secretly's window. And that is probably going to move both of those players out of Projector. Although they might actually stay. This is very risky if they decide to stay. Oh, there's a mute jammer. He cannot open up the mirror window.
And that's the mute play. There goes the Thatcher grenade. Now it does get opened up. I want to see where Secretly actually moves off to.
Are they going to retreat or are they just going to stay?
Oh, the C4 gets tossed out, but it doesn't get everyone. Oh, unfortunately, it will blow. The C4 magically missed one of the 6 pellets, and therefore that's going to be detrimental here to sno0ken nose.
Yeah, but they have wasted 2 whole minutes of the round, and they're steadfast in this room. I think Secretly knows, even if he dies here, he's still going to have wasted so much time, it's worth it.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're going to see a C4 tossed out here, but no, the next set of Hibana charges will go off, forcing Secretly out of position. Bibu picks up that kill. And we're going to have a 5-on-4 now. 30 seconds left to go. Like you said, wasted massive time here. Meepy's going to be inside of the corridor, going down towards Aqua now.
They've wasted so much time, and they still retain roamers upstairs that could potentially be detrimental to the attack once they start investing to the take.
This is going to come down to the final seconds here. Bibu is waiting. He's trying to pull his drone in the right spot, but not enough time. He's going to need to get off of it. They got to go for the push. Diffuser is in the hands of Rafael. He's going to hop into delivery, and the smoke will go down. Impact's going to go out. There's Rafael. He goes down for the count. That's going to be Diffuser. 2 seconds to go, and we are going to have sno0ken nose win this round.
Excellent defense there from sno0ken nose, but I have to say, I have to credit that a little bit more to Supremacy. Huge mistakes made there, way too much time wasted, and just an inefficient roam clear. As a result, they didn't have enough time to take. They could have won that round if they had, well, 30 more seconds.
I'd like to know if it would have been more wise. Supremacy had control of VIP. I'd like to know if it would be more wise for them to focus their attack on the kitchen where they had control of that floor. They didn't need to clear out theater to then gain control of master bedroom.
No, I kind of agree. I mean, clearly the strategy from sno0ken nose was to use that vertical control late in the game. They opened up the holes in the common plant spots. They were ready to deny a diffuser plant. But at the same time, there were only 2 people on the bomb site. And if you can very, very easily just force out those 2 deaths and then plant somewhere where you clearly do not see a hole above you.
Yep, I mean, there's plenty of room to plant now, especially inside a kitchen where you can just smoke out, go in the middle of the room if you want to, and you can just plant right in the middle inside of the smoke. That's the beauty of these new smoke.
And by the way, just for a second, where is Ying with her smokes? Like, where's that gone? It just seems like from what we've seen from Europe, have we even seen Ying today in Europe?
Ying has not been played today, and I think Legion maybe once.
Yeah, see, this is what I was expecting. Honestly, for me personally, I was expecting Legion to be played not very much, and Ying to be played not very much either, because they didn't really seem like they brought much to the field. I was surprised when we were seeing North America and Latin America bring it so much. It was, I think Ying was played almost every attack round in North America, and quite a lot of them in Latin America. I think Europe has kind of got their own idea here, though, and I honestly, I stand by it.
I'm liking the change up of operators we're seeing here, and I think Meepy hit it on the head when he talked about every team having their own identity.
Yeah. A nice kill there from Spark onto Lackey. That's going to be a good start from Supremacy. They really need those kills early in this round to give them that dominance, because they need to get themselves on the board overall. 2-0 right now. And as the time ticks away, sno0ken is trying to clear out these roamers in the main lobby.
Yeah, Bibu is getting spotted out by the Jackal. He had to rotate back upstairs all the way.
I think Spark might have dodged the drones. I don't think the attackers are conscious of Spark's position.
There it is.
Whoa!
Oh, maybe doesn't need a tracker on him because he already sees his head and removes it from his shoulders. 4-on-4 now with 1.5 minutes left to go.
That was quite a shot. Meepy known from many different corners as having excellent aim, and he is displaying it quite well there.
Now it looks like onto the penthouse and theater, we are going to see a VIP red north balcony take. This is typically, like you said, this is the default kind of take we see oftentimes.
Yeah, and I'm a little disappointed. I would like to see sno0ken, who is getting torn apart. Look at Zephyr going wild, taking out Meepy there. That's their primary roam clear down. And how did he get all the way onto the balcony? He was in the lobby. Oh, wow.
Oh,
okay,
Zephyr. Zephyr looking like he might pick off. Oh no, he might get picked off here. No, he's not. He's just going to swing on around from the hallway here and pick up secretly.
Zephyr's putting in work for his team. But yeah, this attack is a little disappointing. It is kind of falling into the same old, and more importantly, VIP has been very much opened up for Supremacy, and they have a direct hard counter for this. There's no way that we're going to get a thermite charge from sno0ken onto that A or B bomb site wall. Whoa, this is aggressive.
No, he
play.
actually got into the site. If he had diffuser, he could just plant in the corner here. But instead, they're actually going to try to push onto Rafael.
What is this?
What is this? Rafael actually downs one. He gets the kill. Olems will pick up renewals after the frag goes down to the Rafael. What was this?
I think they said, screw strategy, let's just bum rush it.
That is very surprising.
Yeah, it is to me as well. Playing Ducks, or excuse me, Secretly Knows is a strategically sound team. And sno0ken excuse me, is a strategically sound team. And it's odd to see them try to throw that out the window just to go for bomb rushes. But, I mean, it also stands to reason, to an extent, because what would have happened if they had just tried to push all the way for the main big window and to try to plant the diffuser there is you would have seen the Mira round the corner, throw a C4, and end the round.
I mean, you had
And
that.
the Echo, too.
There was the Echo. I think that would have been the bigger issue because Mira does have to expose herself for that. Mira has to expose herself, and they knew that someone was going to be around the Mira. You could hold that soft angle and grab that.
Either way, there's too much disruption coming out from the defenders. They also had plenty of people on the roam, and people underneath could have potentially denied the diffuser, or even just killed them after they planted said diffuser. I think that the right call would have been to try and plant in front of B window, but it would have been a huge risk, and I don't think it would have worked out. Either way,
riskier than rushing a Mira?
Yeah, I don't know if it was riskier than rushing a Mira, but either way, it was an unwinnable situation. You got to be honest. It was a 4v2, 5v2, yeah, 4v2. So yeah, that was not going to go their way. Now they are going to be moving up to their own defense of the Master Projector. And this is again the more commonly defended bomb site, the go-to for a lot of teams. Is that unreinforced? Oh boy, that is an unreinforced wall.
Yeah, the top of, what is that, south wall?
I think they're going to fix that. I think Mira's reinforcing it right now. Come on, sno0ken. Yep, there you go.
There it goes.
Very...
Okay, so they're going to leave one soft for Mira to lay down the window later on.
It might seem like we're lingering on that just a bit too much, but ladies and gentlemen, that is a very important wall to have reinforced and deny the attackers. It's not the sort of thing where, like on bank server, you can just not reinforce those server walls and open them up just to throw up the diffusers, the attackers, and try to, give them something new. It's not that at all. It's the sort of wall that you have to hold.
So I think what's happening here is maybe sno0ken actually knows Supremacy, knows that they're going to push in from North Balcony and VIP.
It's possible.
And they're baiting into that. Now, if Supremacy does get a drone over, sees that the wall is soft with no Mira on it, I would expect them and any solid team to go for that adjustment.
What is this setup? This is a very interesting
They're
setup.
baiting them into B. That's
Yeah.
exactly what they're doing here.
It's a very interesting setup. I really like what they're doing here. Lackey also has impact grenades, so he can get, I'm sure he has impact grenades, so he can get himself through that castle barricade instantly if they haven't already 11 melee'd it, which is going to be a surprise. The castle barricade in the main hallway, it'll catch Supremacy off guard from the flank whenever they choose to do that.
Now what it is here, we will see this VIP wall get opened up into the master bedroom.
You can see that Elems is actually trying to play that angle. He's conscious of it, but the castle barricade is like, well, okay, he can't play it, which means he has to ignore it, which means as soon as the impact hits it, or in a melee, whichever one, depending on if they've 11 melee'd it, which I think they have, it's going to catch the attackers off guard.
Now here it is. There are 50 seconds left to go. The defenders have not seen the attackers and vice versa just yet. We are going to get into a little skirmish here because you cannot go down to the wire in a 5-on-5 and expect to come out on top unless your gunplay is at the top of its game. Now, a couple drones will go into theater. That's going to call out sno0ken. It might also have seen secretly. We'll have to wait and see on that. You do have Bibu, however. He's going to be moving on over. I believe he's going to be over inside of the VIP lounge with the rest of his team. Rafael's going to try to get in here, go for this plant. sno0ken has a C4 ready to go behind the mirror window. We'll have to see if that gets thrown on out. 20 seconds left, and still not much. Diffuser will go down. C4 gets tossed on out. Oh, and it misses its target, but it does pull him off. sno0ken peeks on around with a Vector, gets the headshot on the Bibu. Plant does go down here. A 4-on-5 now. Meepy's going to be underneath and looking for some shots. sno0ken picks up the kill, a second one there, but Plant does go down. We are going to have Zephyr on the glass. He's going to be inside of Red Hall, I think that is, or Bathroom. Oh, that's going to be Bathroom.
Whoa!
Gets the headshot there. Olem's also picking off renewals.
What?
It's now a 3-on-3 here. sno0ken, Lackey, and Meepy last two alive. Going to be sno0ken and Meepy. Meepy all going to take this down. Moves on over. Looks like he's being crossfired out the wazoo. And we are going to have Olem's getting the final kill on a Meepy. Supremacy able to take this down to the wire and come out on top. Wonderful job there.
So, what did we see there? sno0ken knows, unfortunately, for whatever reason, they set their trap and they didn't spring it at any point. They kind of just let Supremacy waltz on in and plant the diffuser with almost no contention whatsoever. That C4 was far-fetched, to say the least, and the castle barricade in the main hallway, which would have been the primary way of denying that bomb plant by opening the castle barricade, rushing out in the hallway, and trying to challenge the angle from a distance. Just didn't, that tactic wasn't utilized. Then the player who was playing all the way over in Aqua, for whatever reason, he wasn't playing his own game or wasn't assisting anything to any extent that's meaningful. And yeah, ended up not being an influence on the round. Overall, the entire sno strategy there kind of just didn't seem like a strategy. The setup was there. It was present and apparent, but it just wasn't executed at all at any point.
I felt like their timing was off on the collapse.
Well, there was no collapse. That's what I'm saying.
That's the point.
It's like
The
just
timing
didn't
was
happen.
off.
Right. But the timing was off, but how can the timing be off when there's 11 seconds on the clock and he has to be planning, or the round's over? Where is your push? That's the confusing part for me. Because like if the attackers were coming in through the wall with 1 minute to go, right? Then it would be, okay, maybe we don't go, maybe they're just trying to bait us out, maybe it's, it's still a question mark, right? But when there's 11 seconds, that's, yes, you start your collapse there, whether they're starting the defuse plant or not, to be honest. And I don't know, it just seems like a little bit of an oversight from sno0ken knows.
All right, so we are going to have Supremacy go back upstairs. It looking like it's going to be, is that the hookah?
Yeah, it is going to be the pool table.
Yes, pool table and hookah lounge. The third of four bombs. No, we've actually seen every single bomb site here so far.
All of them have been displayed for you. And this is, well, I mean, they're all viable. I'm talking about the bomb sites on Coastline. Technically, every single one of them is viable. So, no surprises there. Really just kind of preference.
Now here, Lackey knows, and this is a predictable spot. Someone's going to be on these stairs. Olems needs to stand steady. He cannot go for this peek, or he might be shot down. Lackey, however, will turn his back at the wrong time. Meepy picks up the kill there on a Bibu, and Olems, he now knows that he's going to be going up against an Ash, and I don't think he wants to just yet. A 3-speed versus a 1-speed. Secretly picks up the kill there onto Zephyr.
There's still, yeah, Zephyr was inside the the main lobby, and his presence not being there anymore means the pinch from the defenders doesn't exist, which is going to give sno0ken knows a lot of maneuverability.
Here comes the nade. This nade is actually going to go up through Blue Bar roof, through the hook of, this is not, yes, this is through the mini bar, and actually go right towards Cool Vibes stairs. You can see he's trying to go for Olems with this nade.
unfortunately, he is going to miss on both accounts, I believe. The second one might even gotten caught by the Jaeger. I didn't hear an explosion.
I think it got caught by the Jaeger. The second one, the first one, I think, scraped the limbs just a little bit.
Yep.
Lackey is going to try to challenge it some more, wait for the full world of ammo to go down, but no, he's actually going to be conservative with the ammo. Lems comes out on top, takes him down with a shotgun. Now a 3-on-4 here, 50 seconds to go. sno0ken picks up yet again another kill here under a fail. The frags are going to come down here shortly. Spark comes to go for a peek, grabs one, gets instantly traded off here by Meepy. It's here all up to a Lem. C4 is in his arsenal. sno0ken secretly and Meepy, last 3 alive against Olems. Now, if he can hear the plant, he's going to toss his C4 out. Goes, and he misses it. A little bit too far there. And sno0ken will peek on around and grab yet again another kill. That's going to be, I think, a 3K for him on this round.
Oh, man, it's hard to watch when you know where exactly the other guy is through the wall because you got them 6 X-ray, but unfortunately, the players don't have that same knowledge. And he's right there. You could deny the plant, but no, it just doesn't happen. A nice try from Olems nonetheless. Now, sno0ken knows walking away with that lead. So importantly, that attack. So, what happened there? The attackers, once they had control over that bottom floor, and it basically started when they got rid of the bandit in the main lobby, as soon as they had done that, there wasn't any worry about being flanked, and they were covering their flank quite well, even if there was that potential. And it was pretty easy to use the vertical play, but in the opposite direction of what you're used to seeing, from the bottom up, to pick apart or force out the defenders to make them reposition. Once they reposition, you've got your teammates upstairs waiting for said repositions, and just watching the rotation. And they caught them off guard in said rotation, got those kills. And then more importantly, there were also just a couple cases of, like, for example, the Ashe just waltzing up the main stairs and winning a fight against, not winning a fight against Mira, excuse me, but very nearly winning a fight against Mira and putting her on 1 HP. That's a lot of HP for a 3 armor to not, to have, or very little
for
HP
anyone to not have.
But especially in the case of a 3 armor, because then you don't even have the maneuverability. In general, a nice attack there from sno0ken. It's okay. I have to say, it is so weird to say sno0ken when sno0ken's also a player on the team. It's honestly disorienting. Just call him Nose or S-Nose, but it's weird. Anyway, attacking onto the kitchen again here. Supremacy, how are they going to handle this? The way that S-Nose dealt with this defense last time was admirable.
Yeah, I mean, this stalled out to the very last second. I think it ended with Diffuser getting killed off, the Diffuse planter getting killed off, and it was still, I think, a 3-on-2 or a 4-on-3.
Yeah. It basically just came down to lack of time, like you said. And it does kind of look like it's going that way again, as Supremacy haven't really done anything. They haven't made any serious progress, and there's a minute gone. And you can see here that S-Nose is doing the same strategy in Projector, denying that top floor the best they can using this mirror window. And I'm guessing secretly is going to be just as steadfast, as well as the Echo inside of Aqua.
I love that angle, though. I think it is is that Lackey? No, that's not Lackey. That is
Renewals. I think
Renewals. Yeah, Renewals is the one that's holding that long angle. I love that angle he's holding, though. He's here inside of Aqua,
much control,
all the way down towards VIP.
We've seen it a couple times. It's a pretty rare angle, and I really do like it when it's incorporated. The cool thing about Renewals doing it, too, is that he's playing Echo, so even if his team... Yeah, he's a 3 armor. He can't rotate back as quickly, but he can use his Echo drone very easily to deny the plant. And that's a very important factor to consider. And I do very much appreciate that sno0ken knows has taken that into account when they're strategizing. All
right, so now the the penthouse floor is getting opened up here. That's going to force Lackey out of position. They've cleared out Theater, and it looks as though Meepy has not rotated back to site, but secretly has. Renewal is still going to be on his Aqua hold for the moment. And it looks as though the push will be coming in again from that delivery entrance. Rafael's going to hold onto the diffuser. Zephyr taking one last peek. They're about ready to get going. The gas grenades, the smoke grenades are going to go in and tossed here momentarily. Just getting rid of some more ADSs. Rafael tosses out the EMPs. Now here come the gases. They're going to get tossed in. Spark picks up a frag onto Lackey. A 5-on-4 now as the push is going to come in. Up on top the desk and over to the reinforced wall. Now the gases go out. We are going to see a Lem snag a frag onto secretly.
Oh, sno0ken could kill the diffuser right now, but he's not.
He could, but it looks as though there's going to be The Yokai doing the work from above.
What an echo.
Wonderful job. sno0ken picks up that frag there on a failed diffuser. Now has fallen into delivery. 7 seconds left to go. Alem's going to try to swing in from the hallway here, and the gas grenade is going to stop that. He's got to push on through it. Again, the Yokai's in position. It's going to stop the plan here momentarily. One last beat. Can it go up and get it? He's got it plenty. No! It got destroyed. Look at that. Now Spark able to get the plant down. Alem's going to be moving in as well. Renewals has to make this track all the way from downtown. Gives away his position by jumping over the ledge. Lands into the courtyard, and now he's got one teammate down, one enemy down. It's a 3-on-1 here. Alems hears him running. He's going to have this crossfire, and this will unfortunately go to Supremacy. Wonderful setup here by sno0ken Nose, but just not enough goes. Renewals picks up 1 kill, but I don't see this going in his favor with 3 members from Supremacy still left alive. Needs to give away his position here. Bibu's going to peek on around in 2-1, grabs the kill, and Supremacy comes out on top.
What a close nail-biting round there. Almost successful for sno0ken using that Echo drone. But unfortunately, quick reactions by Supremacy. And unfortunately, we don't actually know who that was on Supremacy, but definitely whoever it was, give yourself a pat on the back.
It was the glass outside.
Was it the glass?
It was the glass because you had the Thatcher died. I think it was Ash had to run in. No, Ash got injured. You had
Ash got injured.
Ash got injured.
It had to be the glass.
You had Buck, I think, run in, get the plant down, and Glass was the only one left alive because it was a 4-minute
Habana was in the main lobby, so you're right. It was the glass.
You're right.
So, first of all, nice shot. Second of all, nice shot you're using a DMR. Third of all, you're using the slowest firing DMR in the entire game.
Fourth, what about that reaction time to actually get that?
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, just wow, good job there. Who was that? Who was playing glass? I didn't see. Whoever it was, when you're reviewing your VOD, excellent shot. You saved the round. Give yourself a pat on the back. That was tremendous. It was Zephyr, I think. Yeah.
Zephyr, yes.
It was. Thank you so much. And anyway, that aside, what a great attack there from Supremacy. Apart from sniping that Echo drone and winning it around pretty much based off that, they also had a really well executed attack into just delivery. They did clear out a lot of the roamer game, but they didn't focus as intently on it. I love their adaptation because what we saw from them last time is they got cut off on that projector, and this time they opted to instead just ignore it, and that is the right way to handle that. They don't have to deal with it. Then once they actually did get it open, they did take care of that mirror upstairs. They didn't apply nearly as much focus to it as they had last time. Once they actually took care of that mirror, they still utilized that vertical control and established the dominance that they also needed to get the push in through main delivery, throw those smokes, and win the round. Another thing, using glass instead of ying. I like that. I like that use of smoke.
So here we are now, 2.5 minutes left to go in the attack phase on round number 7.
Oof, Spark is playing a dangerous game here.
They are going to pinch him here momentarily. Lackey peeking out from Pink. Downs his own teammate. Unfortunate. And that's going to allow Biba to rotate on out after being jackaled.
Whoops. At least he didn't die. That's the important part. One more bullet, man. One more bullet, and it would have been really bad.
Now, fortunately here, like I said, no death on the board just yet. Bandit gets detected, though. That's going to be all the way. I think that's by Aqua.
Yeah, Spark played, or excuse me, yeah, no, it was Spark. Spark played a very dangerous game, but he managed to come away from it just fine. And that was just good positioning by him. Well done to re-maneuver into the bomb site. If he had gotten cut off there, then even the accidental down wouldn't have been that big of a deal. It would have been really in the favor of the attackers.
I find this a little odd that
Pulse is still roaming. Oh, he got stunned.
Oh, there you go. So I find it a little odd that Supremacy is the team. I think it was Supremacy. Ooh, nice shot there by Bibu.
Yeah. Too bad we didn't get to see that. I'm sorry.
No, I was going to say, I find it a little odd that we see Supremacy holding down the theater, very similar to how we see sno0ken Nose do it, but having no mute, so there's nothing to stop that wall from, or stop the mirror window from getting opened up.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, and it is a little bit different, but, I mean, it's to each their own, right? Each team's going to have their own strategy, just like we talked about before this match started.
There is secretly sno0ken snagging down kills onto Supremacy. A 3-on-3, now what was a 5-on-3.
Still a successful roam, though. I mean, between Zephyr and Bibu, they did manage to get 2 kills. It was, of course, all Bibu doing the work, but still 2 kills. So they traded themselves out evenly, and that's the important thing.
Now, again, these walls are soft, so I doubt we're going to get a thermite charge. Oh, no, there is one reinforced wall.
But it's bandit tricked, so he needs a
see, what I think is going to happen, even if it's banded, I think there's a line of sight that Echo's got onto it, Alems.
Oh, they're just going to bucket.
And now here we have Rafael's going to see this. C4's going to come out here momentarily. Nade's going to come in response. There goes C4, misses it. Nade comes out. The Yokai still doing some work here from a distance.
Still alive.
It is still alive. He's going to hop back up. Grabs it, stops it yet again. Rafael picks up one. Renewal's going to go for the peek from Red Hall.
Oh, no.
Plant's going to try to go down once more. Renewal picks up the refrag, and that will now lead down to the Yokai. That is the last Yokai buzzer.
Oh, he missed
he
it.
got it down all the way. 2-on-1 now. Renewal's last man alive. A 1-on-1. Spark's going to move in forward. Now, before he won an engagement, Renewal's is going to have to make the same one. He's out on north balcony playing a distance. They have to have a drone on this. Renewal's, I would not expect to be this far away. But he's going to hop into the window. He's actually going to peek in through the window. I like this angle. Through the opened wall, he will be able to shoot this once he gets the call that it's open.
The Bandit can
There it is. Wonderful job there by Renewals, peeking it out from north balcony.
That is so unfortunate. The Bandit could have played it safe. He could have diffused behind the reinforced wall. But he went for the peek. He went aggressive. And unfortunately, it didn't work out for him.
I mean, you kind of had to. I mean, you could have
kind of had to, but he could have faked it out at least. If you're just wide peeking like that into VIP, he could be by shelves. He could be in the main hallway. He could be on the window, which is where he was. He could be in trophy hallway or red hallway, as some call it. You gotta take a risk to give him or make him give himself away instead of giving yourself away. It's too much of a challenge.
Now we are going to see kitchen and service entrance go back to sno0ken Nose.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many
And
bombs as
this
they
looks
can.
like we're going to see not the exact same tactics we saw previously. They don't have a mute this time. It looks like they're going to choose the bandit instead.
Yeah, I mean, they're both good. I think that Bandit's probably better in the current iteration of the game because of that change they recently did, that it one ticks on drones, insta-kills them. I think that makes him, like, with the 3 barbed wire, alone makes him a better operator. But that's up to some surefire debate from a lot of different people, because there are lots of people who will say that mute is the superior operator. Really is up to personal preference.
So I think it's the one zap on drones plus the ability to zap Hibana charge.
Yeah,
Because as we saw before,
plus
they threw an EMP, got rid of the mute jammer, do the same thing to a bandit, but you can actually bandit swap. You can't mute juggle a Hibana charge.
Plus the 3 barbed wire from Bandit. Like, that's another thing, is barbed wire isn't as OP as it used to be. And I think we don't talk about this much. We should take a look back at the old meta. Bandit barbed wire was OP. I honestly think it was the best gadget in the game. And them nerfing it down to where it is now, definitely in a better spot. But anyway, despite that, still having 3 barbed wire is still very good as a gadget. So, like, I think it's very much an effective use of it.
I think on the topic of barbed wire, we need to elaborate on why Bandit has 3 barbed wire, because no other operator does, and I know many new players in the game don't necessarily know why. And originally that was because Bandit started out with 3 batteries, so the developers paired 3 barbed wire with his 3 batteries.
Yeah, and also originally they used the 1 tick.
Yes.
They also used to do a ton more damage. Oh my god, what was it, like 10 damage or something?
No, it was even more than that. Like, you would
15?
die, you would be injured if you were thermite and you placed your thermite charge
No,
on.
you're right. It was like 25 damage. Bandit charges did 25 damage. I think it was around there, but it was. I remember getting like 4 tick down as a thermite. Oh, back in the day.
Because you didn't have advanced placement on either. But
Yeah.
let's get back to the game here. It's a minute 45 to go. We've just been waiting on the attacks to get underway. It's a 5-on-5, and we have Meepy here. And he will be bandit swapping this window because they know they need to keep it.
It's the same thing that they were doing in the past, too. It's just they've moved up the operators. Meepy's the one playing the mirror window. Secretly is now the one in the hallway behind. And the reason they're doing this is so they can bandit trick it now. So they can deny the Hibana, just like so. But they also have to deal with those nades, just like they did. Well done to Meepy, surviving 2 whole nades.
Yeah, unfortunately, that toss from Spark wasn't enough. So this means now they're going to go with double check. Rafael's drone is going to double check. Did he get injured? Zephyr's actually going to take out Lackey from a distance. Nice shot there. But this window is still closed off, which means Supremacy is going to have a very tough time. This is where you need to just drone out, say, okay, we have VIP, go for a kitchen push. They are putting too much effort, wasting too much time on trying to go for this delivery room hole.
They've already spent 2/3 of the round trying to take this 1 mirror window. It's just not enough.
Oh, C4 comes out. Bibu gets injured. Spark might be taken out here too. And secretly gonna have a couple bullets slapped his way, but misses all the target. There he's gonna fall on through. He walked over it too. Spark picks up the kill, and Meepy secretly also falls to a lens. Now a 5-on-2, and secretly, or sno0ken Nose is in a very difficult position. It's a 2-on-5 here. Bibu has been injured. I doubt he's going to get picked back up, but the Yokai is going to make its way over towards delivery. Last time it got sniped out here by Zephyr. Can it be done again? There's 15 seconds to go. You've got Spark above, and the gas grenades are going to go flying out here. So now, Rafael, moving on over. Wait for it, wait for it. You can wait till 3 seconds. You didn't need to give it away that early. It might be too much here. Olems grabs another kill. It's all 2 renewals. He's waiting in the smoke.
Can he do it?
No, he can't sit in the right spot. He missed the spot of the roof.
Down!
Oh, it looks right there. Now it's going to be a 5-on-1 renewals. Will not win this. You cannot win this unless it is Supremacy full out throwing. And there it is. Bibu comes swinging around from the fridge, grabs the kill. Supremacy takes round number 8, brings it to 4-4. We're headed to overtime.
So I just want to clarify something for those of you who are really freaking confused right now. You saw that Echo drone drop down from the ceiling, and you're thinking to yourself, "What? Why did he get the guy with the diffuser?" There was an obstruction on the roof, or the ceiling rather.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what was obstructing the Echo drone from getting to the actual ceiling. But I guarantee you that wasn't intentional. It was just an unfortunate placement of the drone that cost him that round.
So what happens with the Yokai is, for those who don't play Echo, don't know much about him, when the Yokai jumps up onto a ceiling, he has one of 2 options. It's either going to stick on the ceiling if it is a fully flat surface surrounding the entire Yokai.
Yeah.
If it doesn't, it's actually going to stay on the ceiling for about 2 to 3 seconds, trying to make sure that there's no bug or anything, no mishap, and that it actually is in fact hitting an obstruction on the ceiling. If it does find that obstruction, it then drops back down to the ceiling or down to the floor. You have to move the Yokai, shoot it back up. Now, unfortunately, during that 3-second time when it's not attached to the ceiling, completely attached to the ceiling, you cannot fire. You cannot fire that Yokai device, which is what happened there. It hit a little obstruction, the 3-second delay to try to figure out if it's able to get to the roof or to the ceiling, unfortunately didn't permit him to fire that Yokai.
So ultimately, though, it's still his mistake. It was still on the Echo himself making that mistake of maneuvering his drone, because his drone was in a position where it could be used to deny the defuse plant. We saw it. He shot earlier.
I still feel like he waited he didn't wait long enough for the first Yokai.
Well, no, it doesn't matter if he waited long enough or not, because ultimately his drone managed to survive. So even though it gave away his position, it still was fine, right? He could have gotten the second one. The problem was that he tried to shoot, he moved his drone after he got off the first time being on the ceiling. Because he moved his drone on the floor, he wasn't in a spot where he guaranteed knew that his drone was going to be able to shoot the diffuser guy. It's really unfortunate though. Like it was such a seemingly small mistake to cost them a round. I mean, honestly though, I think the round goes back to more importantly, the round goes back to that roam upstairs.
Maybe. I
really like the round upstairs, the roam upstairs, but honestly, it is costing them way too much. Like they're losing too many people, even if they're wasting a lot of time. And all that control that is forfeited, you know, every time they defended kitchen, it's come down to sno0ken and
renewals.
Sno0ken and not sno0ken and renewals. Excuse me. Oh no, yeah, sno0ken and renewals. It was sno0ken and renewals, who have been the last 2 alive inside kitchen. And they haven't been able to push it out.
So now we are halfway done round number 9. Again, this is the first round of overtime. And we have here what appears to be yet again another penthouse theater hold. We are going to see sno0ken inside of the theater. Mirror window, he probably still has one more he's going to place down later on in the game. Doesn't want it to get opened up just yet, trying to not draw attention to him.
It's got to be because, yeah, I don't even see one of them.
I'm sure there's one. You do have one in Aqua, which Renewals is going to use. Again, I like this play. Sticking an Echo in some far end of the map that no one ever wants to go to, and then using that drone to get rid of the defuse planter.
Yeah, because you can see here Zephyr's trying to get into this corner and play it really safe. He's likely just trying to cover for his teammate to go for the defuse plant, but oh, what a C4. That's that defuse planter.
That is the defuse planter. Rafael and Olems, though, going to take out Meepy and Renewals on the frags. And it looks like Secretly will survive after skedaddling around the corner. Bibu, however, will remove sno0ken from play. A 4-on-2 now. Diffuser gets planted, and the Yokai has been killed off due to the Echo going down. So Lackey's going to need to move into theater as well as Secretly. They know Zephyr's tucked away in the corner. Bibu's going to be in Red Hall. Olems all the way out in VIP. Now Secretly does pick up that headshot with the SMG-11 on the Zephyr. It's a 3-on-2 now. Lackey moving very slow as a slug, moving in here to the red hallway. Bibu just needs to peek out once. He could grab a double kill, but instead plays it more cautiously, backing up off of that corner. Secretly is going to be the first one to try to long arm this, and unfortunately, looks like Olems might be seeing him here. I'm still trying to figure out where exactly Spark is. Bibu moving on forward. Looks like Lackey misses the target, and Alems picks up the kill into Secretly, and that is Supremacy, winning round number 1 of overtime. They finally take their first lead of the round, or first lead of this series, 5-4.
That was an interesting attack round. For the most part, it was really simple. It was just standard attack strategy, what we see every single time. But they also got extremely aggressive into the bomb site. And it was, honestly, it caught me a little bit off guard, but I liked the way they were doing it. And the reason that I liked the way they were doing it is because neither us nor sno0ken knows were accounting for that aggression in towards the main B window. They had angles opened up into the main hallway, well, obviously the Ash charge, plus the rotation holes that were made by the impact grenades previously in the round by the defenders resulted in a direct line of sight onto the main hallway, which cut off any potential rotation. And I really like that use of just kind of forcing out towards B by Supremacy.
I love the fact that we are seeing every single bomb site multiple times. Like, to me, it's I'm feeling it more. The more we see Coastline, the more we play it, the more we feel it out. I feel like it's going to be more one of those Consulate type map choices where you can play on any single bomb site. Yes, there's going to be some that are more favored than others, but the gap isn't there. They're very closely aligned, I would say.
Yeah, I do really like I do really like the options, like you said, that we can go anywhere, and there's always a strat for this bomb site or that bomb site. That we don't have a cafe bottom floor. That's really appealing to me in terms of map choice. However, Coastline is still far out of the meta. That's the one drawback, is that it's still not a map that people like to play for the most part, except for apparently these two teams.
Now we are going to get underway here. Again, it is attack phase on round number 10. If Supremacy wins this, we moved on to Skyscraper, map number 2 of the series. If not, we'll head to round 11, where the final map is or the final round is decided for this map. Renewal is going to finish droning out the Cool Vibes stairs, realizing, okay, I see some castle barricades, clear to move into Hookah, and Meepy, I think, is going to be out on Aqua Doors. But he's got to be weary, because I think there's Spark. He does move in. Lackey picks up that kill, realizing, hey, last time I made that hole where Bibu shot me up from the floor, I'm not going to make that this time. I'm just going to go on in pre-firing, and grabs the kill.
Yeah, so you can see here from sno0ken that the main priority is just top 4 control. And this has been every time they've attacked onto this bomb site. Establish top 4 control, start to utilize it with the buck, open up holes above all the defenders, and, well, collapse on top of them in the later ends of the rounds. Now, the one difference is, in this case, Supremacy has been allowed to maintain their roamers somewhat, as they are still, well, alive and on the prowl. The question is, will sno0ken be able to put a little clamp on that and actually not have to worry about the retake? Because I feel like that will be the downfall of sno0ken. If they lose this round, it's going to be to the retake.
Now, you might be asking yourself, why is sno0ken not opening up that castle barricade into blue? And that's because their focus is on red. They're looking at red bar, and if they are trying to focus on red bar, they don't want to be hit from the side of that blue bar window. You do have sno0ken, however. He is going to pay attention to it just in case they've 11 hit that and making it an easy opening for anyone. And here comes a final nade down through the floor. I think Olem's heard it, and so he's going to back out in time without being too drastically hurt. Now that window is going to get open inside of the A bomb site. That's going to be the blue bar. They're ready to go for a push here. They want to make sure that they can stir up the trouble just a little bit. A 4-on-5 now, 35 seconds to go. Meepy trying to hit the barbed wire. They're going to go in for the right corner of B. They're going to try to flash out there. It looks like a little ADS going to put that to a little bit of a halt. And there it goes. Yokai moves on. Not the Yokai, I'm sorry. That is the Elamine. Moves on over. But it does look like sno0ken will get this plant down. Secretly grabs one of the cover fires onto Raphael. However, Zephyr gets a trade onto Lackey. Alems comes in hot with a headshot there onto sno0ken. A 3-on-3 now. 15 seconds to go. And it looks like the plant will not go down just yet. Bibu picks up the kill on the BP and secretly falls to Alems. Last man alive is going to be Renewals. He doesn't know where the bullets are coming from. And Zephyr picks up that kill. And Supremacy will win 6-4 on Coastline.
A great job there by Supremacy, taking that last round, not letting it get to the 11th. And I have to attribute that, again, as I was talking about earlier, it was the retake. It was the players outside of the bomb site that allowed that to be a successful round for Supremacy. You saw the vertical control being emphasized, utilized, and really drilled into by sno0ken knows as soon as they established it. Unfortunately, there was no one to be found. So it was as simple as Supremacy waiting outside for the push to come. It came, and just kill them as they come down.
I think that there were a couple, let's take a look at some of the highlights here. There were a couple instances where sno0ken knows missed some big opportunities. Most notably, the yokai plays. 2 of them in a row.
Yeah, okay, those yokai plays, by the way, I am absolutely livid about the second one. Me personally, having watched that, it's like, oh no, it was an inch away from a complete success, and then, nope, just accidentally press spacebar at the wrong spot, and you hit the ceiling at an odd angle, so you can't use your Echo drone. That is just unfortunate.
Now, this rush from sno0ken knows, I feel like, is what they should have probably done when we had Supremacy go up to this top 4 before. Like, I think it was round number 9 or 8 or something, is they should have pushed in, but they didn't do that quick of a rush before. Anyways, here we have more highlights. Wonderful shot here by Zephyr.
Oh!
Got the target right onto him. Nice shot.
That was a good headshot there. And yeah, overall, just a really good performance from Supremacy. But also, yeah, a really good performance from
Here it is.
Yeah.
Here
oh,
it is.
No.
So,
Here.
This is the first one. This is the first one where Glaz actually snipes it mid-shot. Now, timer is 0. Diffuser's still getting planted. So what happens here, he's going to go up. He's going to try to get rid of the... He's going to try to stop the defuse planter.
The delay?
The delay right there, and then it gets shot by Zephyr. Wonderful, wonderful Glaz reactions there.
That is so hard to watch. It honestly is. And here's that lovely almost TK from Lackey onto Secretly, really saying, hey, I love you, teammate. I just want to send you some love bullets. And we'll just kind of, that's what it felt like. Honestly, a little bit of mistake. Clearly, they were trying to collapse onto the Jaeger, and they accidentally miscommunicated a little bit.
Yeah, and so now that is going to be the end of Coastline. Again, that ended in a 6-4 victory for Supremacy, giving them the first map in this best-of-3 series. We're going to move on here in a moment onto our second map. Skyscraper.
Skyscraper, guys. Coastline Skyscraper. That just doesn't happen. Well, it has happened, but it doesn't happen often.
It doesn't happen together.
It does. Yeah, it's an oddity. It really, truly is. I think we've had Skyscraper and Coastline in the same best-of-3 before, but we haven't gotten it, like it's been the third map. One of them's been the third map, but we haven't seen it played.
I know.
This is, I think, a first for like both of them.
It was either at the end of Season 1 of this year or the end of Season 2. We had a set of a week where we went, NA went to Coastline, Latin America went to Coastline, but instead of going to Coastline for Europe, they decided to go to Skyscraper instead of going to Coastline instead. So here we're actually seeing both. And as we get underway, let's take a look at our second map. It's going to be Skyscraper. Let's head in, take a look at those operator selections. We are going to have sno0ken knows start on attack.
It's
I want
really
to say
disorienting. It's really disorienting.
And Supremacy will start on defense.
Because it's like they have 2 people with S's on their names, in the start of their names on the team. You know it's one of them. It's sno0ken, right? But there's only the S in the nose, and it's like it's one of the players on the team. It's just weird. It's their name though. I mean, you know, they get to pick their own name.
I kind of just want to call them Team Snow.
Snow? I mean, you could. I just call them Nose. I guess is the best default. It's like Mysterious Monkeys where you're having problems with Monster Monkey, or it's Mysterious Monkeys. You could just call them Monkeys, I guess. The fallback to it. These wonderful names, though, they're very creative. I have to say that much.
I mean, in all honesty, Mysterious Monkey logo is quite monstrous. Like, it's quite scary.
It kind of does look like a monstrous monkey, yeah. But here we are on Skyscraper, and we're setting ourselves up on the top floor over by the karaoke tea room. For those of you who are watching when we were talking about what the preferred bomb sites are, you would know that this is the definitive bomb site. This is where everybody goes. First round, almost guaranteed. I've seen maybe once or twice a team decide to go to Kitchen first round instead, but it really just doesn't happen all that often.
Yeah.
Supremacy, no surprise.
There are 2 main different ways to basically hold this top floor. The first of which, you turn Geisha into a kill hole, or a kill box.
I like that
Which
one.
is what we're seeing here from Supremacy. They're
Yeah.
turning Geisha into a kill box. The other is to hold Geisha, because it is a very pivotal type of room.
Yeah, you can use it to maneuver quite a lot as a defender if used properly, but I do really like the way that Supremacy's doing it. Instead, turning it into a kill box, opening up all those walls, putting a mirror window on the A bomb site that looks directly into it. I think that's the right way to handle this defense, and I really have to commend Supremacy, if not for losing a player in the first couple seconds of the round, to at least setting themselves up right. Ooh, almost 2. Nice kills, or, well, nice damage there from Secretly onto Zephyr.
All right, so he sees the ADS. He knows, okay, he can't toss a grenade in. I like that use. It's just a very simple use of the IQ, the Intel detection device. but it got the job done. He still has both his nades without trying to waste them to throw them up towards the stairwell. Spark, however, will take out Renewals in a refrag there. Nice job there.
Yeah, maintaining that roam downstairs is very important. Spark staying down here without getting killed is essential, because if Lackey's able to use an Ash Charge underneath the corner inside the A bomb site, then he will pretty much, well,
Oh,
kind of
Sparks.
defang it.
Sparks' rear is exposed right
Oh,
there, and it's going
no.
to get tapped by sno0ken.
That is unfortunate. A little bit of a positioning mistake there by Spark, but he did need to stay downstairs. Good that he didn't rotate back upstairs. Bad that he held the position that he did.
All right, so secretly now inside of the drum room, he's cleared out the Jaeger. That was Zephyr earlier who got taken out. He's now going to be moving in forward, getting a little bit more intel before he does the final maneuver. However, Alem's going to be inside of B. Now, it looks like Meepy wants to hop into the B window. They got to clear it out a little bit more. Plenty of time to do so.
Yeah.
But Alem's is preventing that from being an easy task.
Yeah, so the strat, like you said, just seems to be B window. That's a little odd that they have the man advantage and they're going to choose to go for B window. It seems like a bit of a risk, all things considered. I feel like they have easier choices, like opening up under A and then attacking in through A window and A balcony, because that gives you much more maneuverability. But this might still work for them. They do have, again, a significant man advantage.
Olem's not really too worried about those holes. Now Meepy's going to move on in. Now, the reason you didn't see a nice shot by Olem, the reason you didn't see Olem's get all of those Hibana charges is because he needed to save his ammo because he knew it was a bait.
Yeah.
He knew it was a bait, and there you saw the bait happen. Meepy, unfortunately, did not come out on top. sno0ken has to fall through this window. There's not enough time. Bibu also knows that he's going to pop out of Geisha here momentarily, try to look for a shot after he gets secretly. sno0ken, however, did win that fight into Olem's. He has diffuser. He's got to go for the plant, but in a it's one-on-one. No, Lackey still had 1 health left. He's going to pick up that kill into Bibu. I thought Lackey had been injured.
Yeah, just a nice little sliver of HP, and that's all it takes. As long as you have your gun up, it's all you need to take out the last player in the defensive team and win that round. Truly unfortunate that the the bottom end of that wall inside of Geisha was not opened up more, allowing that last bandit to deny the defuse plant, because he would have been able to. If it were just chest high, he would have easily been able to shoot the thermite, even if he was hiding behind the bomb, because he would have been exposed at least slightly. Truly unfortunate that the setup wasn't done properly there by Supremacy, and fortunate for sno0ken knows, however, as they walk away with that first round of map number 2. And they need it, too, because they lost the first map. So if they lose here on this map, it will be a 2-0 series, which is, of course, not what they want.
No, not at all. So bomb site's going to be back up here inside of the tea room and karaoke. And we have a mirror window on a soft wall by the north stairs.
Yeah, that's, I mean, it's sensible. It's not a dumb mirror window. It can be utilized. I really do actually. You can appreciate it to some extent, in that it's So what will normally happen there on that wall is the defenders will open it up wholly so that they can use it to peek and rotate to the north stairs if they want to from the B-bomb site. But obviously they're not planning on rotating from the B-bomb site to the north stairs, so I may as well put a mirror window there because it's one-way information instead of challenging a two-way angle. I like that. However, it's still predictable for the attackers. They can still tell, okay, well, there's a mirror window and a soft wall.
Yeah.
I'm just going to shoot above or below the soft wall, or the mirror window, excuse me.
Yeah, I think to me, if I were an attacker coming up those north stairs, you can actually shoot underneath of that mirror window. You can either shoot the floor under it, or you can just shoot the part of the soft wall underneath of that mirror window at an angle without the mirror window being able to actually see you in return, because the mirror does take up some of that lower vertical play.
Yeah, it is exposing whoever plays it a little bit. I do think it's a bit of a risk, but it's an understandable risk. The thing is, you can still rotate off that position. You know, you can play by the hard reinforcements next to you in the B-bomb site. There are options. Again, honestly, I do disagree with the mirror window a little bit, but it's whatever. To each their own. And obviously, sno0ken knows is going to have a plan. If any team's going to have a plan in this matchup, it's going to be sno0ken knows. They are a very strategic team. They think about everything they do. So this isn't just something they've done because what the heck, you know? It's definitely thought about and accounted for. Now
that is Olems. He's able to look. He's trying to look through the wall and grab a shot into Renewals, who did get droned out at the bottom of those middle stairs.
Alem's nose, apparently.
Alem's nose.
He almost got that shot. He just was barely off, but off is still off. And because of that, Supremacy will have half the round progressed and almost no real progress.
We might get a wall bang here from Zephyr onto onto Renewals.
It's possible. If he gets droned out, it's going to be pretty easy for Zephyr. But there is that angle that he has to worry about from the A bomb site. The Mira right now, sno0ken playing it. Ooh, from underneath.
Yes, Spark will pick up that kill into Renewals. Now the nade's going to come out onto Lackey. He's going to go down. Oh, no, looks like...
No damage. Oh, Jaeger?
He's on the other side of that reinforced wall. He's close up.
Look at that. He's playing the aggressive angle. He's got to worry about that Claymore outside the window. If he leaps out, he will die almost instantly.
Now, he needs to be as quiet as possible and wait for the push to come. He cannot get droned out or he will be killed.
He also can't get aggressive again because of that Claymore, so there's a lot of risk here for Lackey.
This is going to be
They don't know, though.
They don't. This is going to be up to how much Supremacy actually drones out Geisha and how much of an assumption they are that it's clear. Are they going to make this assumption? And is Rafael going to try to jump in? If he does, he's dead. If Lackey gets droned out, he's dead. We'll have to figure it out.
Oh!
It's a 4-on-4. Waits for it, grabs one, goes for another, grabs two! He's going to grab two, he's going to swing on around, grabs for another, misses the target, and sno0ken picked up a C4 kill there under Bibu. What was, I think, a 5-on-4 is now a 4-on-1. Lackey magically and mystically able to hold down Geisha all on his own. Meepy's going to come back and grasp him. We've got a Spark, last man alive inside a drum. sno0ken knows where it's at. He grabs that headshot, and that's going to be sno0ken knows.
Knowing sno0ken. All right, yeah, that was really good there by sno0s overall, but I have to, honestly...
Lackey?
Yeah, well, Lackey, yes, Lackey. But also, again, honestly, it's mostly down to Supremacy. We have to be honest about that round. That was a little bit Supremacy's throw. Like you said, they had the man advantage, 5-4. They had the control they needed. They had time to execute. And they were pushing in nice and smart. And what did they do? They assumed that Geisha was clear without actually droning it out. You cannot do that, ladies and gentlemen. This is not the sort of game where you can assume anything. You really need to make sure that every single corner in Rainbow Six Siege is cleared out before progressing. It's an essential function. Because they made that assumption. I mean, it's a sensible assumption, too. This is the thing. Like, thinking that there's not going to be a Lackey on Castle hiding in that corner makes sense. But... you cannot make those assumptions.
There were a couple things that went into play that allowed them to make that assumption more easily. One, they had already killed someone.
Yeah, the Jaeger.
Two, the wall into Geisha got opened up. Three, the wall that we had Lackey on had a hole in it because it was a soft wall. So they thought, okay, there's just a sliver that someone could be in. They assumed no one was there. There were three different scenarios, or three different, we'll call it attributes, that allowed Supremacy to make that assumption, we'll call it, more easily.
Yeah, and it does totally make sense. It really does. But unfortunately, that assumption cost them the round. Among other things, though, they were attacking. Okay, that aside, just real quick, they were attacking into a trap. Like, their strategy was to push into Geisha, which was clearly set up to be a death box of sorts. And I really I can't agree with that strategy from the blanket, but they still had a man advantage. They still could have pulled it off. Mm-hmm. Alas, it was, and it made sense. Again, it went the way it did. So now sno0 is going to be taking control of drum early on. That's really good. Usually the defenders can stall out drum for prolong. Ooh, Jaeger might get droned out here. This is very important. If he gets droned out, oh no!
Oh, Lackey thinks it's all clear. Now
is he going to make it past? Oh no!
He made it past the drone. The drone is to the right side on the floor. It's not going to... Oh, he might have actually already killed it.
Lackey thinks it's clear.
Oh, you missed the shot! Zephyr! What are you doing? Now, he gave up a perfect clutch opportunity and or a sneak opportunity, a flank opportunity. Lackey now is basically head over heels. He knows exactly where to look. He knows exactly what's happening.
Yeah, that was a huge mistake there, and truly an unfortunate one as well.
Oh, and there is Rafael, unable to land the shot that counts. Renewals picks up that frag, a 4-on-5 now.
He saw the head. Oh, Zephyr. Just waiting for his opportunity, waiting for his chance.
Yep. Lackey's going to use his second drone here, see where Zephyr is. Unfortunately, he's nowhere to be found. Lackey's going to leave that there for Rafael to cover his butt, and now we're going to see a 5-on-4. However, you can't spot what you don't see, and Zephyr will pick up that kill into Lackey as he's now changed elevation. He's going to be below.
Good play there by Zephyr, but is it enough is the question, because the attackers have almost entirely upstairs control, and even more so, it's been solidified by Meepy taking out Spark, pushing his way into the tea room. A nice try by Spark, trying to pull off a Lackey there, hiding in the corner, but unfortunately it was, well, I'm guessing droned out. Good thorough play there from sno0s.
Yeah, 50 seconds left to go. Zephyr needs to start getting back onto site. Alems, he's going to be inside of A, and it looks as though this top delivery, or this top 4 vertical play we're going to see here from sno0ken will potentially lead to their victory. They will need to worry about the OLEMs, though, the mirror inside of Barbecue.
Only 30 seconds left to go, though. The defenders can be patient on this hold.
Yeah, it is a 4-on-3, 25 seconds to go. Meepy now giving away his position, and it looks like that was a good old bait because sno0ken picks up the kill on OLMs, now looks on down towards delivery. Bibu's going to be on the other side of this soft wall. He's going to come on now, saw the barrel of sno0ken, takes his head off, but gets flashed in the process. Now Zephyr trying to move on around. Looks as though Bibu gets taken up by Renewals. The last one alive is going to be Zephyr in a 3-on-1. He snags one. He's got 2 more to go. sno0ken's going to be inside a kitchen as Meepy goes for the plant, or sorry, that's Secretly. Secretly goes down as well. Now a 1-on-1. Diffuser does get planted. Zephyr's going to go upstairs, try to play this vertically. And it looks as though he does get called out. Now Zephyr, right now, I mean, Meepy's in the lead here.
Yeah, he's got every advantage going in his favor. Wait, but Zephyr with some good positioning, he might
baited
catch him
him
off
out.
guard.
He baited him out. Now Zephyr's going to try to play back and forth, waiting for the shots. Oh, he's going to come on through here. Zephyr knows exactly. He's going to be pre-firing right here. Goes for it. Oh, he saw the tip of the head. He saw it, but didn't work. Meepy will pick up that kill right at the last second.
You got to whoa! What a shot from Meepy. You have to hand it to Meepy there, playing that perfectly despite his knowledge of the position of the Jaeger. He didn't assume. He didn't have confirmed, consistent, prolonged knowledge that the Jaeger was still upstairs trying to play the drop down, which he wasn't past a point. And because of that, he repositioned to somewhere which was much safer, where he could sound cue for his flank 100%, and he had complete cover from his front. That was a well-played clutch from Meepy. Also, a very nice try from Supremacy. They almost got that round. Clearly, though, just want to say it real quick, it's 3-0 now. sno0ken knows very much understanding how Skyscraper works.
So here we have it now. The barbecue and kitchen going to be where sno0ken decides to go. And they have been putting up a lot of work here. sno0ken, Lackey, Meepy, all doing tremendous jobs trying to perform their roles on this team.
Going on to this defense, it is going to be of the kitchen sort, excuse me. The other bomb sites on the east side of the building haven't been defended yet, and I don't really think that they will be in this match. I don't think it's unlikely, to be honest.
Yeah, the 4 bomb sites in this map are not as versatile as the 4 bomb sites in Coastline.
It's something. Yeah, it's the west side sites are almost always defended, and the east side sites are very rarely defended. So, as you can see here, sno's trying to invest inside of the Geisha. Now, equally with the upstairs, there is the sometimes you'll turn Geisha into a murder hole, like sort of just a death box. Sometimes you'll hold it. It's kind of the same for downstairs, and it really is just as important as well. In this instance, we are having sno0ken invest in it, trying to hold it out to deny that vertical control of the kitchen. And I think that's the wise play overall.
Now, I said this during the Latin American stream 2 nights ago, but I'm very happy that teams are not feeling forced and not trying to force the new operators in. We have no new operators on this time around in this particular round. And I like the fact that teams are still trying to come up with new meta, new strategies, new bomb sites while using old operators.
Yeah, we still haven't seen Ying for a year. I'm very surprised by that. But I also do like it. Like you said, I think it's the right way to be. And honestly, I really don't think that Ying is as good as a lot of people think she is. I think she's great. By the way, nice kill, Meepy. That is a really long angle for an SMG-11, but also nice kill, Meepy. Anyway, ooh, Lems, another nice kill with a refrag on the Renewals. Entry fragging into delivery. That's a very important kill there.
Oh, almost snags the shots down on Lackey. He tucked away inside of the, is he reinforced wall or just behind the shelf?
Yeah, he's playing in kitchen.
Oh, okay. I thought he was behind the shelf unit there.
Yeah, since sno still has control over Geisha above the kitchen, Lackey doesn't need to reposition. He can stay inside kitchen as long as he needs to.
Now, this is the difference between a competent pro league team and a casual team, is the fact that when you get droned out and you're in a position, you as a pro league team know that and you trust that your team has your back and that you can stay in the position you've been spotted out in.
Yeah.
Many a times people will get spotted out, will get droned out, and instantly run away. Guess what? You're running into a trap.
Yeah, that Lackey, even if he doesn't instantly trust his team, Lackey's going, all right, I just got droned out. Do you still have control over Geisha? And sno0ken's going, yeah, I still have control over Geisha. Alems with a nice another kill onto Meepy. That's his continued entry into the delivery. really paying out well for him here.
Now, we do have Lackey still here in the same exact spot. Looks like we might see flashbangs go or smokes go his way. LM's going to move in forward. Lackey goes there for the correct peek at the correct time. Smacks down the kill, and sno0ken knows now goes into a 3-3 man count even with 25 seconds left to go. Rafael's going to put it in favor of Supremacy as a 3-2 pursues. Secretly and sno0ken, last two alive. Secretly gets the headshot there on the Spark. Rafael and Zephyr, last two. Rafael has diffuser. Zephyr's actually going to be coming down the stairs. Or, no, he's going to be hopping in the window. sno0ken sees him. He gets caught on the desk, but he stops the plant. He stops it. There's 5 seconds left. Zephyr has to hop inside, and it looks like Secretly gets the crossfire. Wonderful job there by sno0ken knows. They're going to go up 4-0.
That was a little bit of a throw from Zephyr. That is truly unfortunate. He really should have hit that bandit on the drop down, and because he didn't, it's now match point. That's incredibly fast from sno0s. They are exceedingly proficient at Skyscraper, and it is clear as day. Whereas on the other map, Supremacy put up a heck of a fight. They really aren't showing up here.
Yeah, not only should he have had the shot on the drop, but I think Zephyr should have also had the shot for the 2 seconds that Bandit was actually, or maybe
yeah, he was trying to maneuver.
He got stuck on the corner.
Yeah,
he got stuck on the corner.
Standing still, essentially, and it was an. You know what? We all whiff sometimes. It happens. It really does happen. And I gotta be honest, it might not have changed anything. Even if they had won this round, would they have been able to make a complete comeback? That is a big question mark, because overall, sno0ken knows is just very clearly more proficient at Skyscraper, and that is, it's apparent. So, yeah, I think it's going to go for 5-0 possibly, and I think that's just how it's going to be. Not a big deal. We'll see map number 3 since Supremacy did win map number 1, and I think, hey, more great competition. And on a map like, what was it, Consulate? On a map like Consulate, that's what we want to see. These two teams have been playing very well against each other, and they're both going to be well-versed in Consulate, and it's going to be a good match, continuation. But what was I saying? That last round. So that last round, the ultimate problem with Supremacy's attack was very simple. They didn't take freaking Geisha. You gotta take Geisha if you're gonna plant in kitchen, or at least force the defenders out of it somehow. And they just ignored sno0ken upstairs in Geisha. They left him alone to play his bandit and deny the plant late in the game. And you can't do that.
And Zephyr's gonna get spotted out yet again and just go back to Drum. I think that drone was a little bit too early. There was no one in position to capitalize on that information that Zephyr was in Terrace. And sno0ken basically just lost his drone for not too much information.
A little bit of a poor investment. Great thing about drones though now is that there are less of them being instantly deleted by the game because you could throw 2 at once. That's a really nice feature, by the way. A lot of people said when that happened that it would be an attacker buff, and it was inherently, of course. But I think more importantly, it was just a it
was a health buff.
A convenience of life buff. Just that it's comfortable to play the game like that, because it's the sort of thing that should have always been. You know, deleting drones when you're throwing them, that makes no sense. But anyway, we are having a very slow round so far, as almost half of the round has progressed, and no serious engagements.
Now, they have cleared out the downstairs roamers. I want to
important.
see how they're going to push onto Zephyr, because I think Zephyr's... Oh, Secretly is actually the one...
I really want to see Lackey open up underneath Spark right now, because it's not indestructible anymore. You could just Ash charge him, but he's not doing that. And that's really perplexing. We've seen an Ash underneath the corner of A, the little A box, like, like 3 or 4 times in this match, and they've never ashed under A. It's very confusing. It's such a competitive advantage to be able to get people out of the corners of A, and they're just not doing it.
All right, so last time Zephyr and Secretly went head-to-head in a skirmish here between Terrace and the drum room, and Secretly came out on top. Zephyr, if he gets pushed, he's going to go for this, and we'll have to see who's actually going to come out on top. 45 seconds to go. Still a 5-on-5. Alems has taken massive damage, but Secretly knows Zephyr is here. He's been droned out. He's been caught. Zephyr just wasting as much time as possible. That barbed wire is what's preventing that push from being overly quick and being done in a split second. Zephyr knows it's just a matter of, okay, here comes the nade, goes for the push, and there's Zephyr. He's going to miss most of his shots. Secretly comes out on top out of the moment for this, but all it takes is one more shot from either of them. They might go down. Lackey again comes in loud, gets a lem. Spark goes down. Renewals gets traded off by Rafael, and sno0ken finally takes him down in return. A 2-on-4, and Zephyr finally meets the bullets here from Secretly after the push, and it's now all up to Bibu. And Secretly comes on up through Drum, gets the win for sno0s, for sno0ken knows. And we will see a 5-0 victory here on Skyscraper.
That was very dominant victory at that. Not really much, no appearance from Supremacy. Just no appearance. Very well done to sno0ken, bringing it back very hard. And I like that too, because the thing is, they lost the first map, but they lost it 6-4. It was super close. And they lost it based off just a few mistakes. It was very easily their map if they hadn't made like 3 mistakes.
Yep.
Because you could attribute a lot of the round losses they had to one specific mistake in that round.
2 yokais.
Yeah, 2 yokais and then
the round.
a couple different mistakes with just individual clutches. But let's take a look at some of the highlights from that map before we move on to map number 3.
So here we are. Map number 2 this is that first engagement between Secretly and Zephyr. Secretly came out on top this time. He came out on top a second time during the last round.
Yeah, he's been doing a really good job of taking from Drum onto, well, just taking Drum, period, because that's a very important role. And then here's this round where Supremacy, they're the ones making the mistakes. Not droning out Geisha. I get it's open, right? There shouldn't be anyone in there. I get you already killed one, but you just gotta check.
A wonderful shot there by Zephyr. Originally, Zephyr had been droned out inside of Exhibition. He rotated all the way around and actually picked up that kill into the Ash. Now, again, this is just looking, most of these kills are going into the favor of sno0ken knows. This kill right here, you're going to see Zephyr see the top of Meepy's head and turn away at the last second. Right there. He turned away, and that is when Meepy pounced and got the kill, got the round.
That is such an unfortunate mishap from Zephyr, but also just and yet here's another mishap from Zephyr, actually. The same person. He neglected to cover the defuse plan, and because of that, they lost the round.
So that is our second map in this best-of-3 series. However, we're not done just yet. In a best-of-3 series, if both teams win their map or win a map, we head to the third and final map. And today, in this series, it's going to get played on Consulate. So we're going to have to get underway in a moment here. We're going to wait for some of the players to get back into the lobby. But speaking of Consulate, we've seen Consulate fairly often throughout Season 2. Huge meta change with Blood Orchid coming through, and we've seen Consulate a little bit, not too much, but I think we saw it earlier today. So that means we could see a whole bunch of different stuff.
Okay, so Consulate's a little bit different than it used to be because Blackbeard did see a sort of nerf, not really a nerf. He didn't get nerfed, right? They made it so the animation of his shield breaking doesn't block as much, or at least it seems to block less damage now. So because that's not a thing, Blackbeard's much less effective and therefore less prevalent in the meta in this season so far. And I think that's going to stand true for the rest of the season. But he was a big factor specifically on Consulate, especially when you're attacking the top floor. Him not being a massive force anymore means that it's a lot easier to defend that top floor. But arguably, it was super hard to defend it when he was. So I think it's in a better place now. However, it has dissuaded a couple teams from wanting to actually play it.
I feel like the Blackbeard, I'll call it a fix because I don't think it was intended to be that way.
It was because they needed the animation. It wasn't a bug fix, from my understanding. They were pretty sure it wasn't a bug fix, but
really?
they did end up changing it. So it was a change, and it was a very good change.
I felt like it was a bug. You had so many people saying that you couldn't do damage to him during the shield break animation.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, so
it was very frustrating.
Whatever the case may be, I think part of the reason that played into Blackbeard not getting picked, I think more of the reason of Blackbeard not getting so high of a pick rate is due to the fact that, just like Meepy said, or it might have been Wilkie said, that the gameplay is going much faster. We are seeing much faster gameplay due to the fact that we are seeing these traps come out. You need to move more quickly through a map. And let's face it, Blackbeard with a shield on his rifle isn't the fastest operator to do that.
No,
he's there to be planted on a corner and just look down an alleyway.
Plus, there's the fact that Glaz is now more prevalent in the meta. We saw him played a couple times there, and it was always the discussion between, do we play a Glaz or do we play a Blackbeard, because they fulfill a very similar role. Plus, there's Ying. So if like the North Americans, specifically the North Americans, they really like to play their Ying. And you're not gonna bring it's just too much. There's too many of these things that kind of fulfill similar roles in terms of their disruption or just denying lanes, and you can't force that out. I'm personally as a large as someone who doesn't really like Blackbeard, I'm happy about that. I like that he's not in the meta as much anymore.
So I want to just review all 3 regions of what we've seen so far today. We started off with North America on Monday, and the meta we saw was basically
It was so
go
different.
with Ying, throw in smoke, throw in Candelas, plant the bomb.
And-
That was the North American meta.
And it was just random, too.
It was a little bit random, a little bit.
There were like 2 instances where it was
The-
clearly strategic.
The Latin America scene had more of a Congo line, let's all go in through one window meta. You've got Europe, who's like, let's go back to like 2 seasons ago meta, where we don't necessarily need to bring these brand new shiny operators. What I want to see is when APAC comes to the scene, when they get to LAN, what is going to be their meta? What are they going to bring to the table?
Well, I know for a fact that they're going to be bringing something completely different, but also not, because the nature of the meta of Rainbow Six specifically is it's cyclical. So, like, you'll have one thing that is very prominent in the meta. This one thing is going to be like peeking out a particular window on house, let's say, and that stops being prominent because people start checking that window when they spawn, and then over time, it comes back to that one thing. Just circles around because people stop checking that window.
Yep.
And it's just this way things happen is the meta is cyclical. So a lot of I actually have had the opportunity to talk to like a lot of, for example, Chinese teams, and they are under the impression that they are the best teams in the world, even though they haven't had the opportunity to play against a lot of like other regions. And
I
the
like that
reason-
mentality.
The reason that they're under that impression, though, is it's the same reason that North America was under the impression before we got to play in our first LAN, is because they are seeing things that they used to do in their meta. And they see that thing and they say, that doesn't work anymore in our meta. So clearly the other team must be behind because we used to do that. But it's not the case. It's the case that it moves around. It's in circles. It's how it is.
Everything about Rainbow is cyclical, like you said. So to start off, we talked about different metas. You've got different operators. You've got Frost coming back into the meta from time to time on Oregon and other bomb sites. You've got maps in the Pro League that have been taken out and coming back into the map pool. Clubhouse as well. Cafe is another. Now, could we ever see House if it gets reworked? Could we ever see Hereford if it gets reworked?
Maybe.
Possibly. I mean, we saw Hereford. You were talking about cyclical metas and stuff coming back. If Hereford was back in the map pool, we might still see Wilkie on a glass.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's possible. I mean, one of the cool things about Hereford is that smoke strats on Hereford were actually prominent before the new smokes that we very recently just got. And that was really cool because there weren't a lot of maps where they were useful. I remember specifically, you remember the old basement setup on Hereford where you would, actually, cut myself off real quick, guys. We're getting into the match. We are going to be going on to Consulate. This is going to be the final map of this best of 3, and it's very exciting as this has been pretty good so far.
This has been a really well-played series. Now, for Coastline, yes, it was very close. For Skyscraper, not so much, but sno0ken knows definitely showed us some things. Let's head into the game, take a look at our operators as we have sno0ken knows starting on attack, Supremacy on defense. Again, this is map number 3 in this best of 3 series. Both teams have won a map. Winner takes all on this one.
A lot of pressure here. And the great thing about this is we got to see the 2 little abnormal maps, right? Skyscraper and Coastline. And Coastline was great. Skyscraper was a complete stomp, but that's fine. It just, obviously, Supremacy has not put in practice on Skyscraper. It's really apparent. I'm sure they will after this match. Actually, I know they will after this match. No team can let that fly. No team can be like, okay, everyone knows we don't know anything about Skyscraper now. We got to practice it. They got to practice it. They're going to have to. Anyway, that aside, the great thing about the 3rd map that we're on here, Consulate, is that both of these teams have to be they have to have strategy for this map. This is going to be a nail biter, I'm pretty sure. It's going to be back and forth, round to round. And if it isn't, I would be very surprised. The reason is, well, it's Consulate. It's a very commonly played map, and it's honestly one of the most balanced maps we have in the Pro League.
I'd say that as well. And so what we are going to see here is going to be a downstairs bomb site, but looks like a hold inside of bathroom potentially, or at least rotations through the bathroom.
Yeah, we're doing the whole bathroom thing again, and you know, we come back to this a lot. And it is an interesting concept, but again, it seems to be, for the most part, not successful holding in the bathroom. Now, I really want to see Supremacy make good use of it, though. It's entirely possible. You can do anything if you set your mind to it, but it's still a big risk. It's like presenting a pimple, right? And it's really easy for the defenders to pop it because it's completely surrounded by so much open area that the attackers can easily take control of.
That's a gross analogy.
It really is, but it's a good one though. It makes sense. Like because the problem is you're just so exposed, and it's just protruding and waiting to be. Anyone playing inside the bathroom is waiting to die.
All right, changing topics from popping pimples. Let's move on over and talk about how sno0ken Nose is now pushing in from the admin building, or admin side of the map. Bibu's going to be tucked away inside a projector room. And right now what we're witnessing is pretty much, we'll call it a surrounding map here. We've got sno0ken Nose trying to force their way into garage as well as in top admin. They're going to open up this wall, which I don't necessarily think okay, that is reinforced. I didn't think it was reinforced from that side. They are going to push on over. Looks like a very good collapse. Secretly picks up the kill there onto Bibu. And now we've got top floor control here in favor of sno0ken Nose. Zephyr and Spark, however, are not giving up just yet. They're going to be inside of the bathroom.
Looks like sno0ken is just trying to wait patiently to clear out the roamers, and that's not how you clear out the roamers. I'm not sure exactly what's happening here. A lot of aggression being focused on the main lobby, and they kind of pulled away from their top floor control, despite the fact that there was, well, nothing going on up there. They could have easily continued on to take it. Now they have to deal with Spark with only a minute left, and I don't know, he still has the ability to rotate out.
Zephyr, however, is inside of Piano, and I think he might be getting droned at here by me, but yeah, secretly knows he's in here. He's going to move on over. Zephyr just able to navigate away just in time. Now Spark is merely just wasting away even more time. Renewals does pick off Zephyr though. Nice shot there by Secretly. Once Zephyr left, Secretly had full control of Piano. He was able to get that flank onto him. Wonderful job there. Now it looks like Batters are going to finally get out of the mix here with Secretly getting top floor advantage. With a 2-on-5 here, this round is likely to go to sno0ken. However, if Supremacy can stop the diffuser from being planted, we will likely see this round win. Now, not too much time. Gas grenade is going to get tossed on out here. 15 seconds to go. Alens picks off one, looks up towards bathroom. Here's the Habana, grabs a shot. Rafael picking it off. Renewals gets another, but Renewals gets both kills. And it looks as though we will have sno0ken Nose winning round number 1 here on Consulate.
So a little bit of time wasted in the early round, but ultimately a good collapse onto the main bomb site, the roam game not being very successful, and that's the way it should be for the attackers. However, I think the problem was, again, that roam game just really didn't influence the round enough. Needed to get a couple kills or at least delay the round a little bit more, and unfortunately just couldn't do that. Once the collapse started happening, the garage was opened up, and the drop-downs were getting opened up, and it was just complete collapse onto the bomb site. It wasn't really much that Supremacy could do to stop it.
Defenders, protect your bomb.
Ooh, interesting. Top floor instead of basement.
Yeah, we're going to see top floor here. And I like, we've seen IQ multiple times in almost I think every single map here tonight. IQ is a map, or is an operator that you need, I would say, is a necessity on this map in particular, because oftentimes, especially on a top floor hold, you have Valkyrie cameras getting tossed on out. Now, fortunately for sno0ken, they don't have a Valkyrie, so they don't need to worry about those cameras getting picked off early. But Supremacy must have felt the need to bring him anyways. Bring IQ anyways.
Yeah, I mean, it's, I mean, usually you're going to have a Valkyrie. The thing is that you will normally have a Valkyrie. They can't obviously tell that there's no Valkyrie on sno0ken Nose, right? They're not psychic, but, and it's really, it's better safe than sorry. So I agree with their taking the Valkyrie, or taking the IQ here. And I'm honestly surprised that sno0ken Nose didn't bring a Valkyrie. It is kind of perplexing. I would have expected it. It's usually the case that you'll have one on Consulate. As again, I talked about this before when we saw Consulate earlier. It's a sort of map that you can get a lot of camera coverage by just throwing 1 or even 2 cameras outside. You can get the whole outside if you throw them correctly. But hey, to each their own. I'm sure that Playing Ducks will make it work.
They've opted to trade out the Valkyrie for the Castle. And we've seen, I think it was back in Year 1, Season 3, or maybe 6 Invitational meta, we saw some Castle play, very little, but saw some, and it originated on this map. So we'll have to see if they're going to go back to that old school meta of using Castle. Typically, we've seen it on the projector room walls or doorways and basically facing admin. And we've actually seen it where it's wasted enough time where the attackers couldn't even get into the bomb site. But there's going to be a good run out here. It looks like Spark.
Whoa! He got a kill onto somebody all the way from back here. Was that Jaeger running out main lobby? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, main lobby is where he, fell.
That is some good coverage there from Spark, but also odd coverage. I wouldn't have expected somebody to be playing that position. Clearly, Supremacy knew something that we didn't and understood the run out was coming and put somebody in a position to accommodate said run out. and they did a good job of it. They also lost the Lems, though, as they were trying to repel onto the admin windows. That's a big, an even trade. And the fact that it's Habana means that they also cannot get this mirror window open from a distance, so Meepy's going to be allowed to play on this position for as long as he pleases, really.
And I think Bibu having a couple breaching rounds could potentially repel in if he used them correctly, but again, that's using up a little bit more utility than I think they want to on this one individual defender.
Yeah, they've also wasted 2 whole minutes on him, so all in all, Meepy's done a very good job here. The castle barricade going to get opened up, but that's not really going to dissuade Meepy from playing on this Mira.
Here come a cooked nade over towards Meepy. Will it tag him? No, it's actually going to miss its target.
Well, now he knows he needs to move, though, because there's another nade that's going to be coming home, and more than likely.
Here it comes. Yep, he's actually going to get out of the way just in time. Oh,
Nope.
no, it actually downs him.
Yep, that's unfortunate there. They don't know that he's been down, though. There's no prompt, as the points do not notify you in Pro League. They're disabled. So they cannot know that he has been downed, and they're going to have to force it out dry. But there's only 24 seconds to go.
There are a 4-on-4 now as Rafael's going to move in forward. He's going to look on over to the left side. Oh, he actually doesn't see him down. He thinks that he escaped. Now he moves on in, finally sees him. Oh, no, he still didn't see him. He's still just going to walk right past him. The gas grenades are going to come out, though, with 7 seconds to go. There's 0 gas grenades left in Secretly's hands. He moves on over, tags the diffuser down. Round will go to sno0ken. There it goes. And actually, it looks like the plant... No, okay, yeah, I didn't know if the plant was going down yet again. But no. Oh, no, it was. Ash tried picking it up.
Yeah, it was a nice attempt there from Supremacy, I believe that was. Yeah. Unfortunately, they just wasted way too much time trying to clear out that admin, and specifically cafeteria. And sno0ken did a really good job of stalling out said take. Very good job to them. Now, I have to say, I'm really disappointed. I really want to see Supremacy take a little bit more initiative there. It doesn't matter if you're all going to die when you're pushing into a guy holding a mirror window, if you're not going to die and just stay in the window for the whole round. If you only have 25 seconds to go when you're repelling into admin, that's not enough time to push into the bomb site. You have absolutely no time to prompt yourself properly to execute onto the B bomb site, or excuse me, the A bomb site. And as a result, they just, they spent too much time on the windows. That's all it comes down to.
I think what I would have rather have seen is once they knew that the ADSs were gone,
Yeah.
you throw Ash's flashbangs in, you get the ADSs dead. You get someone underneath, and you throw up a nade up from underneath. You can't throw it, you can't obviously open up the floor of the kitchen, of that little kitchenette of the bathroom there, but you can open up the floor right in front of that mirror window. You can lob a nade up over the hole that's been made in the wall.
Or you could have just done the thing they did with the IQ on the window like a minute earlier. I mean, you're right. They could have done that. I think the reason they didn't do that is wow, that is close. I think the reason they didn't do that is because they didn't want to risk clearing from downstairs. But either way, you're right. They should have used a nade or something to disable that mirror window way earlier in the round. It all just came down to them. They got the formula down. It just came down to them not getting it down soon enough. And partially, I know this might sound weird, but you can also kind of attribute that to the fact that they had Spark playing all the way out in the spawn for like the first minute of the round. That's a lot of time to invest in one guy's position, and then also he has to rotate off of that. Ugh, it's not exactly time efficient.
So now we're about 2/3 or 1/3 of the way done this round for the attacking phase.
Yep.
We've got a 5-on-5 still, and now admin control is in the hands of sno0ken knows. There's no one inside of the middle site where we saw last. Are they opening up that drop?
They're opening up that drop down. This is basement, right? Or no, it's first floor?
It is.
It is first floor, yeah. So it's first floor, so okay, that stands to reason. If it had been basement, that would have been very confusing. I was about to say having a thermite all the way up in admin is a big risk on a basement attack, but no, it is first floor, which means that sno0ken is taking control of this projector room, which they haven't done yet, and Raphael is definitely not allowing. It's very important.
Now we see renewals on Pengu window, if you will, who's looking to get the shots there onto Bibu. Now the gas grenade went out. Renewal is going to take massive damage from that SMG-11. Lackey also goes down here by Bibu. So we had Rafael pick up a kill. Bibu's going to get 2, gassing out the Blackbeard. That's Renewals down for the count. Meepy trying to turn things back in favor of him as he gets Zephyr out. Rafael's tight in the corner, gets his head seen. Oh, and a wonderful shot there by Meepy. sno0ken also taking out Bibu. They've just cleared out the top floor entirely. And a 5-on-2 just turned into a 2-on-2. 55 seconds to go. Plenty of time, but now they need to get more information because Spark and Alems are right now in the wind. They don't know where they're at. They don't know how to proceed. They got to get more intel. Spark's going to play on the bottom of the yellow stairs. 35 seconds left to go. Meepy will work his way either down there or they're going to clear out B, and we're going to see a drop in. sno0ken looking like he wants to drop.
The slow game is definitely going to be favoring the defenders right now. sno0ken needs to make a play.
Now there comes the flashbangs. Alems realizes there's going to be the push. He hears the drop. sno0ken goes and grabs a kill in the head. Now last minute alive is going to be Spark. Diffuser going to get planted here right on B. Spark's going to work his way over, looks and sees Meepy, but Meepy already aims down the sights with the ADS here of the Bearing 9. Looking right at him in return. Grabs the kill. sno0ken no goes up 3-0.
Some great gunplay there from Meepy. And a good clutch as well from sno0ken knows. That was seemingly a Supremacy round. And this lead extension is going to dishearten Supremacy, certainly. I mean, there's no way that you're not feeling something right now. Like, you can't get a grip on your gameplay because I'm not sure what's happening to Supremacy, but they're making a couple of major mistakes one after another. Like, for example, that I believe it was the Valkyrie who died. She was transferring from Bathroom Hall into Piano in that 2v2. She was just standing in the middle of the hallway, completely exposed, and she was holding the angle, but she wasn't. She kept ADSing and un-ADSing, and it was just, oof, it was just I feel like panicking a little bit much, and that's really unfortunate to see. You can't have that in your best of 3 when you get that third map, the most important map of them all. You cannot have panic. Another thing, they had control, they got a lot of frags up on the top floor. They got themselves into that advantage. All they needed to do from that was fall off. Go away, back off, just try to stay alive as long as possible. But unfortunately, you had those roamers upstairs just stay upstairs, and they got refragged. Need to take away, once you have the man advantage, whether you be a defender or an attacker, the best way you can manage yourself from there on out is to maintain said man advantage and try to play safe. Even as an attacker in some instances. More as a defender, but even as an attacker.
So now with a 3-0 victory here, or 3-0 lead, we'll say, from sno0ken
Victory?
knows,
What, it's over?
they've gone up 8-0 at the moment. They've won 5 straight rounds on Skyscraper, then now 3 up on Consulate. It's looking as though, unless Supremacy can figure out what the issue is here, they will not be walking away with a W tonight.
They have a lot to work on here. It's weird because I was expecting Supremacy to be a little bit more efficient on this map. There's no bar on the yellow stairs. That's going to give Supremacy a lot of advantage in this round. The wall's also very easily been opened up, and Alems already going to get the first frag of the round onto sno0ken. That's a very important kill.
Yeah, he grabbed that bandit kill. It looks like, was that from yellow stairs?
Yeah, I think so. It could have been from the main garage as well. Either way, a good initial kill. It seemed like Bandit was trying to challenge the garage by Bandit tricking. Completely unsuccessful. Another thing, there's nobody from sno0ken in the garage. They're playing it entirely from the top floor and the middle floor.
And we have Lackey, who's not even in a position to use the heartbeat sensor above or anything. Secretly, he's all the way top floor. The plant's going to go down. I don't think sno0ken actually knows what's going on.
Oh, it's in the middle. It's in the.
I guess we don't know what's going on.
We don't know what we're talking about. We are apparently deluded.
Wow.
Attacking from the garage, Supremacy. Well, it's just odd. You don't normally see a lobby attack from the garage, but it is a good strategy. What Supremacy is doing here, coming in from the garage, is actually going to disable. Yeah, we're messed up. But Supremacy coming in from the garage is actually going to be good because it will completely disable the C4 play from below, which is a very important factor in holding the main lobby. Another kill from Spark on to Secretly is also going to further their agenda.
Now it's a 5-on-3 here. Let's get our bearings back. Bomb site middle floor. Meepy knows is going to drop down onto the main floor from the drop hatch, out of sight from Zephyr, who's underneath, looking at that same drop hatch. So right now, sno0ken is going to have a tough pickle right now to unfold because it is 50 seconds to go. Spark's going to be repelled on corner off his window, waiting for a rotation from above. Alems and Bibu going to work their way from yellow stairs. Lackey knows it. He's just getting one last line of sight, one last little information gathering here. Oh, he actually saw him over. He's going to come into the corridor, try to get Bibu from behind. The plan's going to go down inside of Piano. Bibu and Zephyr each pick one up. It's all up to Lackey. He stops Bibu. No, he doesn't. The shots come down raining from the side of Piano. Bibu gets the headshot on the Lackey. That's going to be a flawless victory on this round here for Supremacy.
So, Marsu, thank you for correcting us and showing us the way. Also, moving on from that, an excellent attack there from Supremacy. I like the way they came in from the garage. It totally threw us off, but also it was a really good attack. A reason it's a really good one, I talked about it briefly, is it is going to disable the C4 from below, which is the best way to stop a diffuse plant in the main lobby. Well, it's one of the best ways to stop a diffuse plant in the lobby other than maintaining control above. But because they disabled that basement, they could then come up from the yellow stairs, and they also put in players on the what would be a top floor B bomb site window in that CEO window, which allowed them to establish complete control over the piano via below and above, both. And I like that coordination for Supremacy. That is a very well strategized attack, and I want to see more of that in this map because, again, it's make it or break it here. They need more of this.
Bomb site top floor. That's all I got to say. Bomb site is top floor this time.
Yeah, bomb site is top floor. We're just going to go ahead and right off the bat,
Just
ladies and
throw
gentlemen,
it out there.
It's top floor, so there's no confusion on our end. Whew. All right, it's been established. We got it. But yeah, no big surprises on the top floor. Pretty standard bomb site. Supremacy's been wanting to go up here the whole time. They have been going up here for pretty much the whole time. It seems to be like they really like this bomb site. They haven't, have they made any major adjustments? Because I think it's been mostly sno0ken knows going in the basement and the first floor.
Yeah, I don't think they've made any major adjustments. I think this is how they're holding it, and they know it. They've worked through it, and hopefully it works out for them. I mean, it hasn't before. But
Yeah, I'd like to see the 11th round. I mean, I know Supremacy is capable of it. All right, so how is sno0ken going to attack this? It seems like it's going to be a B bomb site take, unless they decide to rotate later in the round. Now, typically the way you'll have this B bomb site take go underway is they're going to put your Blackbeard. Oh wow, what is this? Supremacy opened up the top of the yellow stairs wall. That is just an oddity in of itself. That
yeah, the sliver wall.
is very strange. Normally, okay, you usually don't have that because it means the attackers can take control of yellow stairs and so easily push into B.
So this defense stands on holding yellow. You lose yellow, you lose the round.
It's such
That's
a
what
risk.
it comes down to.
It's a huge risk. And if Lackey reads into this, gets his drone up there, sees the wall open, what Lackey's going to do is he's going to be like, guys, they opened up yellow wall. Let's just go ahead and take yellow control, move our way into B, and it's an easy round, boys. And that's all it really takes.
And right there, we are going to have Zephyr fall to a nice headshot there by the 5.56 on sno0ken.
That was through the window. Good shot.
Olem's also down, and they have forfeited yellow stairs, it looks like. I think we had to have Spark retreat on... No, okay. Yes, no, they have retreated. Spark is going to be moved over. Lackey has control. And guess what?
B-bomb site is in the favor of sno0ken.
Yep, this round will go to sno0ken knows.
It would be an incredible comeback right now if Supremacy were able to win this round.
The one thing that can stop it right now is if when Lackey tries to move over, if we can have Rafael or Spark, whoever's in main hall looking over, if they pick him off as he transitions over to the cubby.
Yeah, it's unlikely though. Lackey's on point right now, and
Nope.
he is in a great position.
There it is. So that will be round here to sno0ken knows. Unless something magical happens, Bibu's going to start it off with a wonderful C4 kill, but a trade comes from Lackey on a Spark. It's all to Rafael and Bibu, and Rafael will fall. Bibu, last man alive, a 1-on-4, and Bibu picks off one. Can he grab another? No, he cannot. Secretly takes home round number 5. It's now 4-1. Match point, series point for sno0ken knows.
So I have to be honest, it could have been their entire strategy was B window, yellow stairs, but despite that, I'm pretty sure they got a drone on those yellow stairs and they found out, oh, whoa guys, the yellow wall is open. We have complete control for Crossfire. This is the easiest attack we've ever executed onto the B bomb site. Let's go for it. And I have to say that Supremacy left themselves open to that. It was a big blunder, and it did not pay off. The Legion playing on the stairs also, if you're going to blunder for maintaining control of yellow stairs, and you're putting one person in control, one person responsible for that as your defensive team, that one person needs to not peek out the yellow stairs window and get fragged from the thermite waiting below. Like, that's a big deal.
Now, here is what I would call a more viable way to hold yellow stairs.
Yep.
You reinforce the small sliver wall, and you keep the other two walls, which you can't honestly get to unless you're going to rappel on the window. You cannot get to those to enter into cubby. So you leave that wall reinforced, you hold on to yellow. If you have to give it up, whoop-de-doo, you're going to have to bring a Hibana or Thermite to open up that wall.
Yeah, exactly. This is what we've been... Ooh, and they're even bringing in the castle strategy. I love this. Great setup here from sno0ken. So that castle, similar to the one on Skyscraper, we were talking about it earlier towards trophy map, or display map, whatever you want to call it. That castle barricade is going to allow sno0ken to play inside of Big Desk and Reception much more free. They won't have to deal with any pressure coming from the B window straight into that. Because normally what you'll do is you put a Blackbeard on that B window, which is exactly what we just saw sno0ken do last round, and he will have full control over that rotation. And that's a really good castle to have. You can even 11 melee it, as it takes 12 melees to break, like sno0ken is doing right now, and that will give you even more rotation should you choose to use it later in the round. It just blocks bullets.
All right, so to lay it out right now, it is the third and final map in this best-of-3 series. sno0ken won the second map. Supremacy won the first one. Supremacy won on Coastline. Skyscraper went into the hands of sno0ken. This is the third and final map. sno0ken right now looking like they're going to continue that momentum they carried on in that 5-0 victory on Skyscraper. So one more round does it for sno0ken if they are able to hold down this fort.
And they have the easy job too, because they're on defense, which means all they need to be is patient. And they have shown the ability to be patient throughout this map and match. In fact, they have already wasted a whole minute with with no engagement so far in this round, and they are successfully stalling Supremacy's attack onto the admin office.
Now, I think what I thought what BB was going to do is actually get into Visa and blow up in the floor underneath, because Renewals is tucked inside of this corner, which it can be easily killed off. He can be easily killed off if they just get inside Visa. There's no one preventing that. Instead, they're going to play this repel game on trying to get Meepy out of the middle. Zephyr, oh, there it is. There's a nice nade.
See, we need that, though, because the last time Zephyr tried to go for a nade, he unfortunately couldn't hit his target. They still have to deal with Meepy is the problem, and Bibu is losing his flashdrangs to this ADS. I'm not sure, even despite that kill, I'm not sure that that's enough, because there's only a minute left. They have to get in here.
There is only a minute. And right now, Meepy he needs to stay with it. He needs to stay with it. Secretly, he's going to grab that shot into a Lems. A 4-on-4, 60 seconds left to go in what could be the final round. They finally try to get Meepy out of the corner. No, he's going to drop shot that onto Rafael. Drop diffuser, drop the thermite. A 4-on-3. Bieber's going to get up into position. Zephyr actually got into the works. He picks off Meepy now. Now that turns in man count 3-3. 40 seconds to go. We did have Bibu went onto the roof, I think, but I think he's going to repel, and there he goes. He repels, picks up the diffuser. He's going to be the planter.
That was a huge mistake by Meepy. He's got to be kicking himself right now. Their team could still win it, though. Only 27 seconds.
I'm not quite sure if the gas grenade was that. It should have been done that early. What does need to happen, though, is they need to open up that castle barricade between connector and main lobby, because right now you have two people who are outside of the bomb site.
15 seconds remaining.
However, we do have a little skirmish happening right now. We are going to have one fall. Bibu picks up Lackey. A trade happens as sno0ken takes down Zephyr. Spark's going to get sno0ken down in return, though. A 2-on-1. He's going to kind of swing on in, grab for the planter. He stops it. Just run away. What a win. Secretly's going to get this one. sno0ken knows he's going to win this round. 5-1 on Consulate. Wonderful job, and that's going to be the end of the series here. Going in favor of sno0ken knows 2-1.
What an excellent victory there for sno0ken. A couple mistakes here and there, but ultimately the strategy that they were utilizing throughout this entire map in the admin office pays off again. It comes down to Supremacy's inability to deal with that mural window placed inside the cafeteria. They just cannot handle that. Seemingly, one Jaeger device has stopped up their entire attack. You saw the Ash on the window trying to go and do IQ's job, and it's just confusing. It's like, no, bring your Ash over there. Deal with the ADS with flashbangs if you have to, if you don't want to shoot it. And then put the IQ over there. Use your nades. It worked last time. You got the down. You just didn't know it. It's unfortunate to see a team in the Pro League lose to one thing.
Yeah, one little thing.
Let's
take a look at some of the highlights here, because that was a doozy, that last map.
Oh, yeah.